Post-Uri surgical strikes and post-Pulwama Balakot air strike were two special operations that permanently changed the dynamics of Indo-Pak relations. Pakistan lives in fear of such counter-terror strikes even today. But in the future, Pakistan may have to face even more drastic consequences for supporting and sponsoring terror. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tejasvi Malhotra, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story in this video, I'll talk about Ajit Doval's legendary speech in the book launch event of Modi at 20. Let's begin. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has issued a tough warning for Pakistan and Pakistan-sponsored terror in the book Modi at 20 that was unveiled on Wednesday. He has made it clear that the 2016 surgical strikes and the 2019 Balakot air strikes were just the beginning. If Pakistan dares to sponsor cross-border terrorism against India again, it might have to face even tougher consequences. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has issued a tough warning for Pakistan and Pakistan-sponsored terror. He has made it clear that India will not shy away from taking such bold steps all over again under PM Modi's leadership. The National Security Advisor went on to trace PM Modi's strong resolve against terrorism. He stated that the lack of response to the numerous bombing incidents in Indian cities during the UPA era had agitated PM Modi when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. He added that the attacks had earned India the infamous nomenclature of being a soft state. NSA Doval also said the first of its kind operations after Uri enhanced India's global prestige. It caused panic in the adversaries' mind and momentarily disrupted terror training and planning of more attacks. NSA Ajit Doval was at the core of India's security apparatus and strategy making during the 2016 surgical strikes and the Balakot air strikes. Doval stated that PM Modi's greatest successes was in handling cross-border terrorism and the sheer skill with which the Balakot air strike was implemented. The National Security Advisor added that it blew away the myth of Pakistan's nuclear blackmail. And this is why it is pretty much possible for India to strike back at Pakistan's terror factories all over again. India has called out Pakistan's nuclear blackmail once, and it can as well do that once again. Pakistan's nuclear threat no longer works because PM Modi has already neutralized it. Doval has written, in the response to Uri 2016, a few aspects stand out. He explained, one, it was a simultaneous operation by multiple strike teams at 4 disparate locations and extended across a vast geographical boundary. The NSA added the second aspect relates to the political aspect of the call taken by PM Modi. According to Doval, conducting the surgical strikes meant he was taking responsibility not only for success but also for failure. He has also written this exhibited risk-taking at the highest level, a quality shown by very few. Third, it generated chaos, panic and confusion by creating the enemy is everywhere syndrome. Talking about the Balakot air strikes, NSA Doval stated, when it comes to the response to Pulwama 2019, the one aspect of the Balakot counter-strike was that it was very different from other counter-terror counter-strikes undertaken by India. The National Security Advisor also wrote, we had been responding to terror strikes in the ground domain. It was the first time an aerial strike was conceived and implemented with finesse, in the bargain also blowing away the myth of Pakistan nuclear bargain. Doval added that if any adversary attacks India's core interest, there will be counters. He explained domain and level will not be limiting factors. The NSA added that said the post-Uri strikes were different and Balakot was different from the post-Uri strike. Tomorrow it may be different from both. This remains at the core of the Prime Minister's style of thinking and directions. Doval further explained that the Prime Minister's striking characteristic has been his ability to approach national security matters from a long-term strategic perspective. Doval's latest remarks are therefore a stern warning for India's adversaries. the message is loud and clear. The man currently helming India's security apparatus is a risk taker who won't shy away from taking tough measures to settle scores.